game button, and they're off. So this race, as all races, will start in series. A blue area with not much going on at the start. You kind of just run through it until you get to the end. Fight Series Ridley, who is really not even an actual mini-boss. He's just a cutscene, and then you run back. The way in is, I feel, easier than the way out, but the way out has a little timer, so it's always interesting to see what time people get there. The higher, the better. It's blue because it's sad and lonely. So the runners are taking damage to get down to that 24, or I guess sub 30 health. And then the door will open. Let's go. And now it turned all red and mad because it's gonna explode. I guess it's really hot and that's why it turned red. I'm not really sure. There's steam everywhere as well though. Derxu in the last room. Doing that very nicely. A 45:23. A 45 is definitely a good time for a starting runner. Or, let's see what Snake gets here. A 36:95. Not bad either. Loses about 10 seconds on Derxu, but anything can happen. Let's keep it at that. 45 is good for anyone, for sure. 45 is definitely a good time. I think the world record is like a 46, like a high 46, or even a 47. I'm not exactly sure on the number there. And now we land on the planet Zebeth, which in Metroid is actually called Zebeth, with TH at the end for some reason. And right now it's desolate and lonely still. But Samus is out to steal from the space pirates. And as soon as she picks up the morph ball, a little alarm will go off, triggering all of the space pirates to come and get her. Snake trying to do a little moonfall there, but didn't get it quite right. Moonfall is a technique that makes you drop a lot faster. You saw the little light there. They definitely spotted Samus now. But she's just fast enough to pick up some missiles before they start hunting her. She's been spotted. As you will see on the way up, the space pirates are suddenly there, where before there was no one. Snake's just picking up his missiles right now. This room Derxu is in is called Pits, because there's a lot of pits you can fall in. Very good, clever name for a room. It's actually a really hard room, and this one as well, the climb. They're both very technically hard rooms, and you can mess up in a lot of ways and end up in a lot of different places and lose time to that. Especially if you're a little bit nervous. Derxu showed off the behemoth climb, which means you climb all over the platforms. You can also elect to wall jump up the right side or the left side if you want to. Usually the right side. The two different methods are about equally fast, so runners usually just do what they prefer. Pits called pits because pits, exactly. Derxu picks up the bombs, and we'll fight the first mini-boss right now. So Snake is just gonna climb up right here on the left side. Very controlled. Killing some pirates on the way. That was a very nice fight by Derxu, finishing off BT sub 530, which is definitely not bad. Well, now, on Derxu's screen, you're gonna see the attempt at Alcatraz. First try, easy every time. Alcatraz is called Alcatraz because it's hard to escape from there, I think. I think that's, you know, all of the names in Super Metroid are so clever. I think everybody really thought about all of these names very long time. Snake going in for the mini-boss right now. First ever sub 5. Nicely done, Derxu. Derxu already on PB pace, right there. I think that was a sub 630 elevator time as well. That is really, really fast for someone at this level. Nicely done by Snake. Something you will see the runners do is they try to kill BT with a missile shot as the last shot, because if you shoot him with a little pellet, like the little beam shot, his head will blow up, and that loses, like, it costs you maybe a second or two. Probably not even. But it costs you a little bit of time. You don't want that. Snake decides not to go for the Alcatraz because, as I said, it's definitely hard, and chooses that he'll take the somewhat easier way out, and most likely even saving time doing that, because it just takes less attempts. Oh, Derxu got hit. His energy is a little bit low there, but he should be fine. A 7:51 charge time. I can't keep repeating that Derxu's early game right now is really, really good. This is an excellent time to get Charge Beam. Derxu tried to Mach Ball into the room, missed the first Mach Ball, but did a nice backup to just save a little bit more time there. Snake will attempt to get the early supers as well, which Derxu did before. To do this, you have to do a Mach Ball into this room. Oh, he fell down right in the middle. He'll have to bomb his way out to the left right now. Picks up some free missiles though. And he'll have to reset the room because the gates are down. Not sure what went wrong. He may have just stopped holding right or pressed the wrong button for a second on the D-pad. Let's see his attempt. Oh, that one just did not have enough speed. This trick is one of the first tricks you actually need to learn when you want to run this game. And runners really can have quite some difficulties with it. He gets hit that time. The nice thing is that he picked up some missiles and can open that door without having to backtrack. In this room, he'll get some extra missiles and a reserve tank. So he'll have a little bit of extra health and missiles early on in the game. Derxu is still a little bit low on health here. Nicely avoiding those spikes. And Derxu will set up for his crate quick kill. There's several ways you can do this quick kill. You can either use a charge shot and then 4 supers, or 2 missiles and then 3 supers. If you use 2 missiles, the first missile will be used to open his mouth. He seems to be using a charge shot. And 4 supers. Very nicely done. If you go for the charge shot method, Kraid's hand will stop moving after the charge shot hits, which makes it a little bit easier to get your supers in. So if you would go for the 2 missile setup, you would do that. The first missile is just to open Kraid's mouth, and the second missile is to do 100 damage. Then 3 supers for 300 damage each is 1000. The charge method means the charge shot does not do any damage, and then 4 supers for 1200 total. This is a bit of an overkill, but at least you don't have to menu as much. Solid Snake taking a little bit of damage there. We'll have to be careful. While Derxu is still on a magnificent pace right now. I'm sure he's on PB pace. He has made barely any mistake. Ooh. Commentator's curse. I'm sorry, Derxu, that Kojak was on me. But I say Derxu's pace right now is first class. It is probably just better than first class, like diamond class or something. Snake will go up and get the Spazer Beam. I guess I'm obligated to say that this is also called the Sephi Beam by our community. But he has a little bit of... Ooh, don't die. There's a little bit of issue with the wall jump here to get up. Ah, there he goes. So do one more wall jump. There you go. Oh, you fell back down. There he gets the Spazer Beam. The Spazer Beam is just a wider beam that will do a little bit of extra damage. Makes aiming and killing things a lot easier. Especially combined with ice, which I'm sure Snake will get in a minute after killing Kraid. He just has to be careful with this. Oh, with this health here. This is terrifying. Get out. Oh! Shakes. Snake, snake, snake. Oh, oh, oh. He got grabbed and decided to forfeit the race as well. I'm just gonna ask him if he doesn't want to continue since he only was at the start of his race right there. Alright, it looks like Snake is gonna continue racing. And a little bit of issues there, getting back in the race after forfeiting. Going strong. While Derxu picks up his wave beam. The dreaded double room claims another victim. That last wall jump in the room Derxu was just in is really silly. Oh, Derxu trying to moonfall there, gets it. Yeah, definitely respect to Snake. Solidarity everywhere in this tourney. Nicely climbing up the business center there. Something you may not notice if you don't run this game is that something a lot of the runners do is something we call ledge grabs, meaning that whenever they land on, like, spin jump and land on a platform, they will break spin right before landing, meaning they extend their hitbox and just make their fall down to the platform a little bit shorter. And getting those ledge grabs saves so much time in this game because you jump all the time. They're actually going up Red Tower right now. The top of Red Tower can be a little bit difficult. You have to shoot up and then do a bunch of wall jumps without hitting anything. You have to open that little gap at the top. Something you saw Derxu do here was kill the top Ripper and the third one now as well with the super, meaning those won't be in his way anymore. Loses some supers over it, but at least he doesn't get stuck falling down endlessly. Nice ball boost there by Derxu. A lot of people try to deboost off of the yellow, whatever they're called, hoppers in this room. The Derxu goes in ball and rolls right over them, which honestly I don't see a lot of people doing that. I kind of like that. Picking up some new supers for the ones he used just now. Synced elevators, one going down, one going up. Snake going back to pick up his morph ball again. Oh, Derxu missing the short charge there, but gets it as a backup. There's a lot of ways to cross that little piece of water there, but that is the short charge is definitely the fastest way. Bonking there is actually on purpose. If you bonk there, you won't use as much energy sparking all the way across, meaning he'll have a little bit more energy for his fight. You might see people sparking all the way to the right, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And wow, a little speed ball on Derxu's side. Getting ready for his Phantoon fight. He's gonna use an X Factor, and then it will have to be a hybrid fight because he doesn't have more than one Power Bomb. The Power Bomb is used to set up an X Factor in combination with the Wave Beam and Charge Beam. So he just charges his shot, waits long enough, and then the X Factor will go off. Hits all the particles. Very nice. And now they'll have to shoot a bunch of missiles into him because he does not have a super. And Phantoon is dead in 3 rounds. The only way that could have gone different is if Derxu would have done a crazy Doppler. I don't know how many... He would have to hit 9 missiles in 1 round, which is basically impossible. Well, like it's not, but it is. Or 8 maybe, I'm not sure. I think 8. Meanwhile, Snake is back at BT, showing him who's boss. That time, BT's head did blow up, but that's okay. Yeah, so it's 2 plus the 6 you would use, well, you would use a super instead of 6 missiles. Derxu might go for a little attic spark here. You have to hit all of the enemies on the way, and he did. No Bustin' song? Oh, I'm sorry. Bustin' does make us feel good in this game. I must say I'm not sure if Snake attempted Alcatraz again, as I was looking at the spark just now. Derxu will just run straight through a couple of spikes here. He has more than enough energy to do. And now he can, you know, check his social media. This is one of the longest breaks mid-game, which we call bowling, because this guy looks like a bowler. He doesn't actually bowl with Samus, but he's holding her like a bowling ball. Snake setting up for his early supers mock ball again. And gets it. Oh, I was gonna say gets it first try, but fell down again. Let's see if he gets it second try. Oh. He didn't get the soft morph just right there. If Samus's ball bounces up and down a little bit, that means he morphed too quickly to get the mock ball. So Snake took a death Mew Mew Van early in the game just now. Having a little bit of issues here with this mock ball. You really have to be very precise on your D-pad. You can't press anything other than right as you're in the mock ball. Or not holding jump, maybe? I don't think you have to hold... Well, you have to hold it at the start. I'm not sure if you have to keep holding it all the way to the end. Oh, Derxu getting chomped on by a plant there. Some nice down backs. Down red tower here. A down back is another really nice name for a thing in this game because the way you do a down back is you press down, back. Which allows you to move while facing down. And compressing your hitbox. Right now we see Derxu heading into Meridia. He says, oh, and Snake got the Mog Ball once more. Opening that door to get the reserve and the missiles. Meridia is a bit of a challenging part of the game because there's a lot of vertical movement, and I think the vertical movement, like personally, I feel vertical movement is what makes this game bad. Anytime you have to move up, you're gonna lose time to just not grabbing a ledge completely nicely or falling down after a wall jump. Is game bad? Yeah. Like not... You know, it's not bad in that it's a bad game. It's just bad in that it's a bad game. Nah, just kidding. This is a really nice game, but it makes it. They're actually using some charge shots on Batoon. The charge shots are so Batoon's hitbox is kind of finicky. You can see that he constantly almost hits Batoon. You have to hit him in the face. If you just barely miss, like if you're a little bit too low, a little bit too high, or hit the rest of his body, your shot is not gonna land. So it's a lot easier to use charge shots because the hitbox of the charge shot itself is bigger than a missile hitbox. Derxu using his spark shadows to kill some flies here, some bugs, and does some farming. He's gonna use some of these supers he's getting here, probably in the fight against Dragon. Short charging for a halfie. Let's see if he gets it. Perfect. You have 3 seconds between charging your spark suit and actually sparking, so you have to climb that wall in 3 seconds, open the door, and then make sure you don't actually bonk into the door while sparking because it takes a second to open. Snake heading back down the red tower. His health is looking a lot better now. So right now Derxu is in Dragon's room. He's gonna be trying to short charge and then spark into Dragon, which does some damage. And it does damage for every frame you move through Dragon's hitbox. And she has multiple hitboxes, so if you aim it right, you can actually do double damage to her. By hitting 2 hitboxes all the way through. Also wisely using his ammo. That might have been a little bit too high there. Dragon is moving very fast now because if you shoot missiles or any other into Dragon, she actually starts moving faster until she grabs you. which just happened. So he'll just have to wiggle free, but at least Dragon will... Nicely done. Kills her off with another spark. You can try to... If you spark into her without holding dash, you actually get a blue suit, which you could use to travel back through the Colosseum, which is a very long horizontal room that he just did the half in. But he didn't get the blue suit because he was probably holding dash before he sparked. Snake setting up for the quick kill here, going for the missile method. But Kraid is gonna stand up. Sending another super in, nicely timed. So now what happens is, Kraid, oh nice, with the last missile, gets him down just like that. Farming some ammo, and let's go with some health as well. Derxu, in the meantime, heading towards Plasma. As I said, Meridia can be really finicky because of the vertical movement in this area. Nice D-boost there on Snake's side. Picking up the Plasma Beam. The Plasma Beam is the strongest beam in this game, apart from the Rainbow Beam, which you can't pick up anywhere, you just get it at the end. Snake on his way to Upper Norfair, where he will pick up his high jump boots, his ice beam, and speed and wave beam. So speed booster and wave beam before heading back up. And an extra E-tank and some missiles. Oh, he might go to ice beam first here. Interesting strat there by Snake. He tried to he chose to mock ball very early in the room and actually gets it all the way through to the other side. Using the mock ball, make sure he has just a little bit of extra speed that allows him to roll right neatly underneath the gate at the end. Since he doesn't have high jump boots yet, he will have to do a wall jump here and then morph. There he goes. Meanwhile, Derxu is actually going to go pick up his ice beam as well. He chose to pick up the ice beam a little later on, which is a faster but harder strat. So we're going to see a high five here in a second. Unless Snake decides to take the upper route out. Yeah, he does. Oh, they kind of high five still in this room. Snake taking a little lava bath there. Oh. Meanwhile, Derxu escapes the faster way by going south and using another mock ball with a tricky setup by freezing some I don't know what they're called, little floaty dudes. and getting that run speed from those guys to get through the room Snake is in right now. So right now, Derxu will go down into Lower Norfair on his way to Ridley, the dreaded dragon boss in this fiery world. It looked like Derxu wanted to deboost off of a flame, but since the flame had just left, he decided to go down anyway. Right now, Snake just picked up his high jump boots and decides not to pick up those missiles, with a nice little bomb jump over them. Derxu setting up here for a little 3-tap. Ooh. Didn't get that quite right. If you do a very tight short charge there, you can get your spark suit and spark straight through these pillars. But it's quite difficult and definitely not worth trying again because of the door transition. So he just uses his power bombs. Right now he's in the room we call the worst room in the game. For good reason. He gets that strat very neatly. Takes a little bit of damage at the top, so he has to be careful, but we're sure he will survive. Snake trying to freeze this waver to get across the bubble mountain a little bit easier. Oh, that wall jump was just a little bit too high. Derxu is still on a killer pace here. Oh, that other waver. The Bubble Mountain is definitely a room of much pain for early runners. It is a little sequence break, or well, quite a big sequence break, I would say, because otherwise you would go down and all the way around through rooms that are kind of annoying with lava in them. If you get this wall jump, you can get across without having to go through all of those rooms. But the jump, as you can see, is quite difficult. You have to have enough speed to get the elevation you need, and then do 2 wall jumps at the top. Derxu really low on health here, electing to farm up. Is he going in now? Oh, he's going back to farm some more. I definitely agree. The next room Derxu will be in is the boss room, Ridley. And he will need some health for that, and he knows he has the lead, so he knows he has some time to farm here. There you go. He feels comfortable with 3.5 E-tanks. Let's go. 20 charge shots should do the job. Getting really in that pogo pattern It means you can get a couple more shots in per, you know, your damage per second goes up, but really is a little bit dangerous when he pogos because his tail is really trying to hit you there. I guess his tail is always trying to hit you. Be careful. Ooh. Derxu having a little bit of trouble here. But Ridley should be dead very soon. Oh! No, 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 no! Oh god. Even the frame drops! The tail! The flames! Avoid everything! No! Oh! He got hit. He took the death, and he has to start all the way at the beginning. Meanwhile, Snake is at Bubble Mountain. And Derxu says, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. And I don't blame him for that. He might still catch up because of his edge on Snake here. But he'll have to run really fast for sure. Snake's trying to get up to this platform. Goes into the door and will freeze a waiver here. It looks like. Oh, but he fell down. Get the wall jump. Ah. I must say, Snake is definitely creative with his options. Oh, nicely done, Snake. Gets up the Bubble Mountain, grabs a super, and continues to get speed. Honestly, it's very interesting right now. I am not sure who will win this. Because Snake is a little bit further into the game here. But Derxu is just faster in general. Nicely skipping all of those pits there again. By compressing his hitbox across the gaps. And showing off a nice behemoth climb. By doing a bunch of ledge grabs. It's a repeating pattern. Oh, Snake has to get the hell out of there. He is very close to the door, but he has to just keep going, Snake! Survive! Oh, he's not close to the door, actually. Go, 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 go! Alright, we're fine. We're good! He survived! Farming up a little bit here. Yeah, Snake might be having some issues with his D-pad, seeing as the mock balls he tried before also had, like, some trouble there. Derxu in his second fight against BT. The fourth BT fight this race. Derxu back at Alcatraz, nailing that escape. Well, Snake tries to jump up here. those platforms move up and down when they're on screen. So it's a little bit hard to get that wall jump and get up there. He just chooses to go through the door and, you know, you take a couple of extra seconds walking around, but it's not that bad. I really do wonder if Derxu was at PB pace before this. He had an excellent run. But just needed that little bit of extra health for Ridley. Although he did farm before Ridley, so that may have lost him his PB anyway. Derxu getting the early supers after the mock ball. And Snake will head up to fight Phantoon at the wreck ship. Very controlled vertical movement there while holding angle up, which it basically stops him from spin jumping, and spin jumping can be hard to control when you're just starting out with the game. So just make sure he doesn't fall down any platforms like that. Nice down back on Derxu's side. The Snake can freeze these little yapping maws in the water, making sure they don't grab him. So right now, Snake is going to be climbing up the red tower, and climbing up the red tower is really hard when you're a new runner because of the amount of wall jumps you have to do. But if you have ice, you can actually freeze a lot of the enemies on the way, which is the intended way of climbing up this place. And it really ensures that you don't lose any time falling down, even though you spent some extra time picking up ice before. Oh, there he goes. Jumping across the heckway. You can fall down into those flowers and they take, I think, 4 seconds for the bottom ones, 8 seconds for the top ones before they let you go. So it's it's really nice if you don't fall in any. Right now, picking up his power bombs, which he will need to continue. The strat Snake's using right now to freeze the yellow jumpy balls, I really don't know what anything is called, is a strat I personally really like because, as you can see, these flowers on the floor here as well, if you mess up your D boost, you're gonna fall into a flower, take 4 seconds to be allowed to leave. But if you freeze the bouncy balls, you can just stand on them and not falling in any flowers. Yellow jumpy balls, correct? Yeah. Right? Oh! Derxu very low on health. Beeping. Even though... The funny thing is, so he's at 30 health, meaning he beeped. But, before he gets to 29 health, he will not get health bombed by anything. So you do start beeping, but you don't get health bombed. And everything will still give him the ammunition he needs, which was nice in that room he was in just now because the mini crate to drop supers. And if you're too low on health, he will not drop any supers. Another charge shot. And the quick kill once more. Nicely done. And the new Varia suit while Snake is heading. Let's see. I don't think he went to the ship yet because he... Oh, he might go to the ship right now to take a refill and maybe a save. There he goes. doing some workouts there, some squats before getting into the ship. You gotta make sure you got some good thighs for the Phantoon fight. Alright, now he's gonna open the door on the right side before trying to spark across the moat. Doing a little short charge, it seems. He's trying to get those blue echoes you just saw, and then press down to charge his suit. There he goes. Oh, but sparks straight up instead of to the right. That is an extremely short charge there, he does. But gets to spark that time, not picking up the moat missiles. Let's go. Right now he can do another short charge to get across the ocean. Well, Derxu just picked up his high jump boots and will be moving towards the Bubble Mountain in a second. We will see a slightly different Phantoon fight from what Derxu just showed off, I assume. Because Snake has Ice and Spazer, will most likely be using some a different strat where either he keeps charging his beam and shooting Phantoon in the face, or use some missiles and charge beam combination. Or oh, he decides to turn off the beams, which means he can actually go strat. Doing some X factors here. Which is the same strat Derxu used earlier on. The X factor is a little bit difficult because you have to, so you charge your shot. Oh, there the X factor went already. I think a couple of particles hit there. While having Power Bomb selected. But you'll have to hit Phantoon before hitting him with the X factor. So you have to hit him with a charge shot, then start charging again while having Power Bomb selected. Hold that charge shot and try to get all 4 particles to hit. You got a couple of particles to hit there just now. His health is looking fine. He just has to wait for Phantoon to come back. Phantoon likes to hide. He is just like that sometimes. He has a couple of different patterns he starts out with, but if you miss the first eye open he does, like he did just now, I think it's just dependent on RNG when Phantoon comes back. Derxu falling on the double room, but easily getting back up. There he is again. So the thing about Phantoon is that he will disappear after taking 500 damage, or I think more than, what is it, 300 damage in a very short amount of time. So if you shoot 3 missiles into him very fast, he will disappear. But if you shoot 2, wait a second, then 2, wait a second, he will actually wait until he has taken 500 damage per round. And if you try, you can hit him with a bunch of missiles in a at a very precise rhythm, which is called a Doppler, and shoot even more missiles into him. Meanwhile, Derxu is working hard on gaining some time here. Running back. And also heading up to fight Phantoon right now. Nice kill by Snake there. Not many issues, didn't take a lot of damage. Let's go. A lot of health from Phantoon's drops. Luckily he had some ammo left, so he didn't need the other drops. Derxu trying to Alpha Spark here and gets it. Very nicely done. To Alpha Spark you have to charge your spark but then jump across, open a door, and spark to the left. But the funny thing about that is that pressing jump will actually make you spark. So if you try to jump but don't spin jump, you will spark. Ooh, Derxu almost getting that very fast red tower there. Nailing the backup first try though. The Snake will be moving right to pick up some extra supers. The supers will help in his Dragon fight and also at the end fight. Well, basically, you can soft lock at the end before Mother Brain. And having some extra supers will make sure you don't soft lock at all. Oh, Derxu getting jumped on. Oh, and again, those are precious seconds you lose to those flowers. I think Derxu was at a 53 something. Let me check again. 3B is a 53.46 according to our data. Unless he PB'd since. Meanwhile, Snake is climbing up to the attic of the wreck ship. You'll have to kill all of the enemies in this room before being allowed to leave. And there's several ways you can do that, but shooting all of them is definitely not a bad strategy, although it might not be the fastest. Oh. Derxu's power bomb did not open the door there. Ooh, is he gonna spark it? Nicely done. Derxu jumped into the door, which sometimes means you fall into the moat. Don't time or spark a little bit too low, and then you pick up the moat missiles. But he did it just in time, so neither of those things happened. Getting across the ocean very fast as well. Right now, Snake is gonna run across bowling. You're supposed to have grapple at this point in the game if you're playing casually, but you can really just run through the spikes, it's fine. Derxu going back into Phantoon. This time he does not have a just now for the door. So he will have to use his missiles, or maybe his beam. He's going to be trying to Doppler him. Gets a couple of missiles in there. So if he shoots those, so he will shoot two missiles, and then just try to get as many in as possible at a relatively precise pattern. Very nice. You can one round Phantoon like that, which is not common at all. And a 2-round is used by a lot of good runners. I think this was a 4-round for Derxu. Maybe 3? Might have been a 3-round actually, I'm not sure. Phantom being a little bit stingy on the drafts there, but Derxu should be fine. Meanwhile, Snake is working his way back down to go towards Meridia. Back across the heckway with all of them hecking plants. It's a very nice clip by Derxu there. He did it just now as well. He if you land on those blocks, spin jump to the corner, which allows you to jump up. Oh, his spark is a little bit high there, so you can't. He'll just have to finish the rest of the enemies off with ammo. Am I being a robot? Let me check my connection. I should be fine. I'm green again. Oh, nice short charge there by Derxu, getting the spark across bowling, which actually conserves a little bit of energy compared to jumping across the spikes, and it's very fast. Snake in another bad room in this game. You have to wall jump, avoid a fish, kill it, then wall jump again, maybe off the door, depending on the first time. And I was trying to get into a tiny little gap here in this wall to the left. It's hidden. But that crab just came out of it. And I think actually stopped him from falling down further, so he'll try to get some, or, well, he won't try, he will actually get them. He'll get some more supers here for his fight against Raygon. Nice D boost by Derxu. Derxu showing off some sweet movement here. A lot of different techniques being showed off. Snake is trying to do a short charge. There you go. Oh, but he sparked straight up. He's supposed to spark diagonally to the right, which you can do by holding the angle up button and then sparking. I don't think he actually has to do a short charge here. You can just run, but he wants to do it on a little bit less space, I suppose. There, he gets it. And now he does spark to the right. Derxu getting the Sloater's refees, as they're apparently called. A refill station right there, named after Sloater's 27. Shoutouts to him, he's a very good runner. Snake getting a little bit of extra health here. That's a very tight jump though. And now he will run right through these blocks. Which I think should be possible, maybe again without a short charge. He gets it to the left, not to the right. We'll go into Batoon's chamber just in a minute. There he goes. Fighting Batoon. Will take 10 supers or 10 charge shots with his current beam combo. Into his face. That's important to note. Derxu is about to get to Batoon as well. Derxu's ammo is very low. He does not have anything to do an X Factor with, which is a Power Bomb. He does not have a lot of supers either, so he will have to use it as well, but Derxu's beam does a lot less damage than Snake's does, so it will take quite a few more shots. But he got his supers in, so that's very good. Batoon is dead on both screens. Snake trying to get up to that E-tank there. Through its little back door. There he goes. And Derxu has officially caught up with Snake. Again, using his shadows to farm here. Well, again, Snake is trying his best to short charge. And Derxu tries to farm up a little bit extra here. Maybe get the full power bombs. Or supers, I mean. Ooh. If you turn around at the wrong moment in that sand, you may actually fall all the way through to the bottom. Which is bad because then you have to walk all the way back around. So if you see Snake suddenly falling a little bit too far down in that sand, that's a time to clench your butt cheeks. Derxu heading back into Dragon. His fight just now was very fast. Let's see if he can do that again. Using a combination of ammo and shine sparks into Dragon. Nice opening spark there. Another spark. Dragon is already very red just after these two. Oh. I was hoping that would kill her. It just needed one more super there. A very fast fight. Nicely done, Derxu. The Snake says, well, never mind, I'll just bomb my way through. This is fine. But it seems like he is going to attempt the half-V at least once. Picking up some extra ammo. Yeah, so both the runners took a death. Snake died in the room below Spacer to some nasty spikes. Derxu died to Ridley So Snake's timer is actually off because it restarted after he died. Derxu was the one to follow. Snake making his way across the Colosseum. And about to head into his fight against Dragon. I think he did not take a save here. But his energy is looking very good. Derxu back at his P. Snake is gonna shoot Dragon with a bunch of charge shots, which again do, I think, the same amount of damage in this fight as supers as well. It depends on the enemy, but I think here it's the same again. Using some ammo. One turret in the top right of Dragon's room is not dead, but... Ah, there he goes. He kills him that time. So shooting the goop, then using some ammo. Grabbing the ammo that the goops dropped, and rinse and repeat. Meanwhile, Derxu on his way out of Meridia, back towards Ridley to get his revenge. Oh, Snake has to be careful now. He does have a reserve, which is good, but we cannot tell how much... Oh, there you go. I was going to say how much energy is in that reserve, but Dragon is dead. Nicely done. Derxu with a little mock ball. It's not necessary, but mock balls are faster than speed, than just running. And the thing is that if you just run straight in that room, you will fall into a couple of, well, your speed booster will break some blocks on the floor, so you'll fall into a little gap. Yeah, by mockballing, he avoided falling down there. Snake on his way to Plasma. Once again, we see Derxu getting Ice Escape. Perfect. It is quite a tight mock ball because you only have a little bit of space to get speed before you do the mock ball, and you need enough space. You need enough speed to be able to make it underneath that first gate. The second gate is not a problem. Taking so if you head towards Ridley here, you can either do that ice, just take the northern route, or instead of doing Ice Escape, you power bomb the floor in the room where you do the Ice Escape and take the southern route. They are almost equally fast, I think, if done optimally, but it really depends on the runner which you prefer. Snake freezing a little pancake there in the air, which makes climbing up that room a lot easier. Freezing that one as well. That one just will have to die. Nicely done, Snake. That pancake room is really annoying because of the amount of enemies that bump into you and break your spin and you fall back down, and it's just a lot faster like this. Derxu doing a short charge. Let's see if he gets it. Nope. It's really not worth going back through the door to try that again. So then he decides to, instead of sparking through these pillars, he will power bomb them. Derx's health is a lot better than last time he was here. Although he does take another hit, but he did that last time too. I think he has about 2 E-tanks more than he did last time. Snake flushing himself down the toilet. There's a little pipe here. While Derxu is showing off a little bomb spread to 2 of the blocks that he needs to remove out of the 3. Derxu is trying to take damage, and oh, there, the second time he got it. So he takes a little bit of damage, and then more right before landing on that platform, because the morph animation is uninterruptible, so you can actually fall through a platform like that. You can do that by morphing and also by turning around, but I don't think the turnaround works on those platforms. I'm not sure. I've never seen it happen anyway. The reason he does take damage before is because if you do it without taking damage, the platform itself will hit you for 30 damage, but the spikes only do 15. Derxu is going to farm up again here. He might choose to farm a little bit higher than last time. 2.5? No, 3.5 E-tanks? Yeah, he's he might farm up to full just to be sure. Snake doing a little mock ball and going down the southern route. Right now, Derxu is ahead by quite a little bit. He's fighting his 4th boss right now, and Snake is on the way to the same boss. Again, 20 charge shots will do the job. Really deciding to pogo, even though I think Derxu thought he was dead. He might have been dead. Sometimes really just doesn't want to die. And he just keeps attacking and pogoing even after he's dead. So he needs to, after Ridley has died, he needs to grab you. And then he will blow up. Yeah, the vengeance is real. Derxu beat Ridley that time. Tries to deboost, but doesn't get it. Well, Snake takes the Nutella refill, which is another runner we know. Got Slaughter's refill, Nutella refill. Probably other people refill. Derxu making his way through the wasteland. He's gonna try to do a speedball here. Ooh, sets up for it again. It's not necessary, but it's definitely swaggy. So, kudos to him for getting that. Derxu trying, so these key hunters here do a lot of damage. Nice clips there by Derxu. So he decided to kill the first one, but he clipped through. He definitely does not want to die on his way out of. Snake is trying to do a green gate glitch here, but decides, I think, to give up on it. The reason he was trying to do that? Oh, he might try again. Nah, he's just setting up for the pillar spark. But he didn't get it. So the reason he was trying to get through that green gate, the opposite way from what is intended, was because screw attack is right behind there. And if you get screw attack, you basically just make a lot of this section in Lower Norfair a lot easier. Because you can kill everything with screw attack, you don't have to bomb things. You can basically just go. So right now he will kill these guys with laser plasma shots instead. Derxu is on his way up with some nice ledge grabs again. I really like how Derxu's business center looks. Derxu on his way to G4 while Snake makes his way through the aptly called amphitheater. I don't know why. I'm sorry. The Snake is gonna get the Firefly E-Tank, which will give him a little bit more health and a free refill. Before going to Ridley. Derxu is sparking straight up the mountain, I think it's called. Mount Everest? Oh, Derxu is going to do something terrible here. Killing the fish with Ice Shield. We've seen some very creative ways of killing that fish in this tournament. To do that, he did actually have to turn 2 of his beams, because like the X Factor, the Ice Shield is a special beam attack that requires 1 Power Bomb, and next to Charge Beam, only only the Ice Beam selected. For the X Factor, it will be Charge plus Wave. Snake right now, going through Wasteland with a nice save strategy. He's not gonna fall through these platforms, he's just gonna take the elevator, right? Derxu back through Terminator. I think the Terminator is called Terminator because you go there right at the beginning of the game and right at the end of the game. So it's the I'll be back thing. That's why it's called Terminator, if I am correct. Derxu now again in a cutscene waiting for all these statues to turn grey because of all the bosses he killed. And then he will head down into Turian, where he will meet some Metroids and Mother Brain. Snake, ready to fight Ridley here. 20 charge shot. Once more. 1. I don't think any of those hit. 2. 3. 4. At 11 shots, Ridley will turn bright red, meaning you only have to do 9 more. The only thing Derxu wants right now is to obviously want to survive, and he needs at least 6 supers exiting the last room. But he would definitely prefer to have a couple more to open some doors and not need. So he will preserve his ammo. Right now he has 9 supers, which is very good. If he has 9, he will not have to hold back at all. The Snake still shooting Ridley. Shooting all of his ammo in him, and Ridley is dead. Nice job, first try, Snake. I don't think he's saved before, so nicely done. Derxu will set up here for a baby skip. To baby skip, you have to jump up and around him at a specific height, so baby doesn't grab you, and it will allow you to skip a cutscene and a refill. Oh, but he got grabbed. Walks to the door. Facing left. If you face right, you save 40 frames, which is close to it. It's 2/3 of a second. Which, you know, is definitely necessary, so you should always... We'll have to take this refill. I accidentally pressed start there. Meanwhile, Snake is on his way up towards Turian as well. Derx's doing a little moonfall through this door, but decides to take the save. Taking a save is always good in case you soft lock at Mother Brain 1 or die to Brain 2. And since he only has 4 E-tanks, it's better to be safe than sorry. Because you need a total of 301 energy by the end of Mother Brain 2, or she will kill you with her Rainbow Beam. So he cannot take a lot of damage here. Right now he has 484, to be clear. Did not soft lock. Time for Mother Brain 2. This is a 20 charge shot to her face. Doing some bomb jumping there while waiting. Snake running through this room. He doesn't care. He has enough health. Let's go. Nice little quick drop there at the end. So what you saw Snake do was he kind of wiggled left and right while falling through some crumble blocks, which because the turnaround animation is uninterruptible, retain your fall speed. and fall faster. Derxu is surviving this mother brain fight and now has to wait for the very last time in his run until the baby gives him back his energy and a nice, and then sadly passes away. As right now we're seeing the last moments of the baby Metroid on Derxu's screen. Though the baby Metroid will return on Snake's screen. Mother Brain right now killing the baby with I think 10 or 11 onion rings, as we call them. Mother Brain has a couple of different attacks that are all named after food. So those were the onion rings. She does a ketchup beam as well, some french fries, and she throws meatballs. And honestly, distinguishing which is not very hard. That's a meatball right there. Derxu killing Mother Brain 3. And now all he has to do is escape, get back to his ship before the planet blows up. Is Mother Brain Italian or American? I would say American because I'm pretty sure that ketchup is a mortal sin in Italy. Ooh, sparking a little bit too early there and bonking. Meanwhile, Snake almost making his way back to the ship and then into Turian. He might take a refill. Yeah, he'll take the refill here at the ship. While Derxu sparks up. And they're gonna bump into each other again right here. For the last high five coming up. Unless Derxu goes down. I guess he just did not want to meet up with Snake there. How rude. Going to save the animals. Nope, to bait the animals, he just shot them. Shot the animals through the door and gets the hell out. But he accidentally works back into the door, saves the animals, which he did probably not intend to do. That is pretty funny. The animals definitely got back at him for that. And GG to Derxu, finishing official SR of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 53 seconds. GG. I will ask him if he wants to come in for an interview. Alright, Derxu should be coming in shortly, while Snake is moving through Tori and killing all these Metroids here. I must say this race turned out to be pretty close because of both of these runners' deaths that they took earlier on. I'll just change this audio here so we can actually listen to Snake, because it's still very tense, you know. He still has to finish the game. We can't just have that victory meeting. Like taking off both of his suits to damage down a lot faster. And I think we are joined by Derxu.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel?
Well, I didn't think that I would win this, but, well, pretty mad about that Ridley incident.
Oh, that really was so intense at the end. You... Anything could hit you and you would die. It didn't matter what. And he was very aggressive.
7 HP or something, and he was dead, but I...
Yeah. I think you were at
so...
6 HP? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, you brought it back. You were you listening to the restream, or...
Again, please?
Were you listening to the restream? Yeah, so you knew that Snake died as well.
Yeah. Well, I also could have assumed it because he forfeited in the race.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I feel like I do have to ask this question. How did you feel when you did save the animals?
I don't know. I just saved them. Just returned, and yeah. I couldn't leave them behind, you know. In such
it was pretty funny. Was it completely on purpose that you sparked back?
Yeah.
It was. So you baited the animals, but then you baited the restreamers, commentators in the chat by actually saving them. Even though you shot them before.
I did. Okay.
But yeah. Did you feel that second run went alright?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean...
Okay.
And both runs I didn't get that much drops from the crabs in the way to Fintoon.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I only had one power bomb. The second time I didn't have any because I messed up.
Yeah, the door didn't open.
Yeah.
Did you do you usually do a double X Factor setup?
I used to do it, but then since I played a lot of rando, I did lots of. I usually did the Doppler strats.
Yeah.
I actually looked into the X Factor strats today. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm kind
of just trying it out, right?
Well, I learned it before, so.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I think the Fantoon fights didn't go too bad. I think, was it the first one where you needed one extra missile? I'm just...
Yeah, the first one. I didn't have any supers as well.
Yeah, so... yeah, that's what it was. Did not have a super to kill him off, but the second time you did, I think.
Yeah, and it was short.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at Snake, he's killing the Zebs on his way to Nether Brain 1. It was actually very interesting to me that since like at the moment you died, it was just completely unsure who would win. Like I wasn't sure how long for the rest of the game from where he was.
I had the feeling it would be pretty close in the end.
Yeah, but you definitely were like, okay, I can still win. Let's go again. Or did you want to finish? Is that just the reason you
just thought maybe he dies as well in the end. I mean, everything can happen.
Yeah, you can still win, exactly. Like anything can happen. And you obviously you took it home.
Yeah. And I did this run has something special. It was the first time I ever got a sub 5 bomb time.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the start.
Yeah.
Your first run at the start was extremely good. I think you got to charge at like a 750, 51 or something.
750, low 50.
Yeah, that was a very good time for charge, and then basically you just kept at it all the way through the early game.
I really messed up the new bridge part and stuff a little bit. I was actually behind of the crate a few seconds.
Oh, you were okay.
Yeah.
What is your crate split?
My crate split is
or your Varia split?
Yeah. My PB Varia split is 10:30.
All right. Yeah, that's still a very good time.
Mm. Yeah, I still have to improve my late game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that if I grind it down, I can kind of easily get that 52 somehow, maybe even less. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what comes during this tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Are you excited for your next matches?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Do you what is your goal for this tourney? Do you intend to brackets, or what do you want to do?
I just don't want to get last, right?
Just not last.
Yeah, I just want to do some nice performances and improve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any goal time-wise? Do you think like maybe get a 52 or 51? Sub 50?
The next huge goal is sub 50, right?
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you'll be able to do that during this tournament?
I'm not sure, but I'm
not sure.
Doing some practice here and then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
We've definitely seen a lot of PBs already during the tournament. Like, I think so. We keep track of them in spreadsheets, and right now, almost a third of the participants already PB'd since the start of the tournament earlier this week, which is huge, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Snake killing Mother Brain here. He's just fighting Mother Brain 3 right now. Is there anything else you want to mention? Maybe talk about the fish you killed with an ice shield.
I wanted to be kind of creative, but well, I'm not very creative with that stuff. So
I don't think I've seen that kill before. I think that was the first time I've seen it done with an ice shield.
I wasn't even sure if the ice shield really kills the fish. I was like, maybe
let's try.
But
it seemed to exactly kill it. Like the fourth shot killed the fish.
The last thing, yeah. I knew Xavier was watching, so I had to do something with the fish. I know, you know.
You had to do something, exactly. It's all for the memes.
I was tempted to pick up Spacer and do the Spacer shield.
Oh yeah, what's it called? The golden shower.
Yep. But I kind of forgot about that, and
yeah, you would have to go back to pick that up.
Yeah.
Basically, go straight after the tunnel.
Yeah. Those Metroids are really bad at dropping today.
Oh, yeah. I think you had 9 supers?
Yeah, 9 supers, and I went in the last Metroid room with 8.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I got 2 out of them.
Yeah, I saw you kill a couple of Metroids. Just to be sure, not to softlock. Obviously, you, if you know you're in the league, you can definitely do that.
Yeah. I also saved the Mother Brain. I wouldn't have done it if I was behind, but, well, can't afford losing there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to lose the entire match just to a soft lock. That is definitely something that would suck. The Snake just missed a little spark up the climb, so he's using some nice space jump. He'll make it up eventually. In the parlor, let's see if he decides to save the animals. He does go down. Let's see what he does. Definitely opens the door. Yeah, he goes in. He's an animal saver, an animal. How else? What else would you do with a name like that? He is a snake, after all. Gotta save them animals. Climbing back up. And there, running to the ship. And finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 28 seconds. GG to Snake. Snake did leave the SRL chat after finishing, so I'll just send him a DM about an interview real quick. Seems like he'll come in.
Oh man, that was an awful run. It was like everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Hi.
Hi.
What is up, Snake?
Oh my god. What a disaster.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I feel really good about not getting smoked.
Not getting smoked, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you only finished a couple minutes after.
Yeah. The run was terrible, but I had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's the most important part. Do you feel, or did you have the restream open while?
No, I did not. I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, so you took a death early on, of course, to some spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got grabbed by one of the pinchers.
I've definitely died to that before, so you don't have to feel bad about that one. Derxu actually died to Ridley.
Oh, shoot.
He didn't save, so had to do the entire run again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
He caught up to you by, I think you were at the Batoon E-Tank at the same time.
E-Tank was the high 5 point.
Yeah, I couldn't get that charge for some reason. I just couldn't get my dash button. Felt weird today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we saw some issues for you with the mock balls and you're way out of speed, and then some short charges. It definitely felt like you were having some controller issues there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's usually I can get that charge no problem, but today was just not happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sometimes you just
Race
have
jitters.
a
We'll
day
call it.
like that. It's
I was nervous.
Yeah, I can understand that. I was nervous for my first race earlier this week. But yeah. You finished? I feel like everyone in the speed gaming chat was definitely proud of you for just sticking through and finishing that run.
Yeah,
So-
I was shaking my head the whole time. So thanks everybody for sticking with me, and Derxu, thank you for the race. It was awesome.
Yeah. GG, everybody, both of you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for commentary. And yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the VOD back to hear the great commentary.
For sure. Is there anything, something you want to say, either of you?
I want to say that Zosti's the best in the world. Okay? He's the best.
He's the best.
And he's going to get you, Behemoth. He's coming.
He might.
Other than that, I just got to practice some mock ball strats, and I nailed the second mock ball like first try too, which is mind blowing.
Yeah, below the ice skates.
Yeah.
You mean?
I don't know.
That's definitely something that gets more consistent with practice. So.
Yeah. I want to say congrats to Derxu as well. I can't believe that you reran the entire game and beat me. Awesome job, dude. No problem.
Anything you want to say, Derxu?
Yeah, highly respect that you actually started over again and kept running through the end. GG to you as well, and yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Future luck in your future. Oh my god, thank you, hockey races, man.
So yeah. Then just some closing words. This was the last race, first round. So as soon as we submit your score, we will be able to see your next matchups, and that counts for the rest of the racers as well, of course. So stay on the lookout for that announcement very soon. And good luck on your next race.
Yeah, thank you very much, Melonux, and thank you for helping us and everyone who helped put this together. I really appreciate it. It's just a great reason to play some Super Metroid and get better every time.
Definitely. So then all there is left to say is see you next mission. And
Bang!
bang.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
For that announcement very soon. And good luck on your next race.
Yeah, thank you very much, Melonux, and thank you for helping us and everyone who helped put this together. I really appreciate it. It's just a great reason to play some Super Metroid and get better every time.